Hello and welcome to Dawn Chorus Writes, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction. This is a special Halloween Marichat lyrical one-shot inspired by the amazing artwork, again by Kenna Nor. All her links to her social media and everything will be in the description below. Go and send her some love because her stuff, especially her Marichat, is amazing. And so yeah, this one's called Scaredy Chat. Guess I'm falling in love. So make sure you smash that like button, comment down below what you think of it. If you don't know what else to say Scaredy Chat, and subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy. Scaredy Chat. Guess I'm falling in love. Chat Noir POV. Chat touched down on Marinette's balcony, but something didn't feel right. The usual glow from the fairy lights which she had draped around the chimney and the railings wasn't there. He turned and looked at the pitch black window. She had been expecting him, right? She never forgot their hangouts before. Maybe there was a power cut in the street, but as he glanced around, everything else seemed normal. With a sudden panic growing inside his gut for his close friend Marinette, Chat gave her window a tap and tried to see if it would open. It did. He dropped onto the bed and noticed the eerie sensation to see the normally warm and homely room in darkness. He didn't like it. Marinette? Nothing. He was thankful to have use of his Chat eyes instead of Adrian's regular vision, but still he couldn't see clearly as it looked like there was twisting shadows formed on the walls. Marinette, are you there? He tried to hide the panic forming in his voice. Had something happened to her? Had she been akumatized? Should he call Ladybug? But if she had been akumatized and they were fighting each other... He jumped down off the mezzanine in front of the chase, when normally there would be candles, or a fort, or simply cushions and blankets ready for their movie night. There was nothing. Marinette! Suddenly, small lights flashed around the room, along with various shapes and shadows he had seen through the dark, but now they were hovering above him. What happened next, Chat wasn't proud of. But when Marinette jumped out from behind the chase seconds after the lights, Chat screamed. But it wasn't a manly scream, get into a power stance and defeat this villain. No. It was in a higher pitch, in the realms of a hiss, as he jumped about a foot into the air. It took him a moment to recover himself as Marinette collapsed over the chase, laughing so hard she struggled to breathe and tears rolling down her face. Marinette! He panted with a displeased tone to his voice. Scaredy Chat. She struggled to form the words through her laughter. Did you honestly just hiss at me? Like an actual hiss? She clenched her stomach and shook silently. Chat couldn't help joining in, feeling the contagious laughter washing over him, and overwhelmed by the gorgeous image of Marinette's smile spread across her face. Seriously, what was that? She ambled to her feet, standing in front of him, and took a couple of deep breaths to control her laughter. Happy Halloween! She grinned with her arms in the air. That smile on those lips. Oh, he could kiss those lips. He chuckled, struggling to remain angry at her for scaring, more worrying about her. He glanced around the room and saw she had created paper shapes that reminded him of paper snowflakes, but as pumpkins or as he would like to call them, Porkins. There was also a witch, a monster's face, and spiders, all positioned in front of lights to create shadows around the room. Realizing that must have been what threw off his shat vision in the dark. She had gone to all this trouble for him. She was quite simply amazing. Happy Halloween to you too, princess. But I'm warning you. He took a step closer, arching his back a little so that the faces were only inches apart. If you ever tell anyone that I hissed like a cat, I'll... She tried to scrunch up her face to create a menacing look, but the remaining laughter made it too hard to hold the stare. What will you do, kitty? She leaned in a little closer to him. Was she flirting with him? No. Maybe? But if he wrapped his arms around her, running his fingers through her hair, pulling out her adorable bunches... No. Take a moment. You don't want to risk this. I won't share my treats with you, he smirked. Oh, really? Is that how we're going to play? Then what if I say you can't have this special made salmon tarts Papa made just for you and still warm? She turned away from him, a hint of giggle in her voice. That's not fair, princess. Using your papa's cooking against me? And he made me that salmon tart I liked a few weeks past? Just for me? He pretended quivering his voice and gave her the big shut eyes as she sneaked in a look. Okay, I fold. You can have your tarts. No more of that look, please. The tiny amount of restraint she had to hold back the laughter gave way as a bubbling joy erupted from her mouth that caused Shat's soul to sing. Oh, if only he could. No. It wasn't like he was in... No. Wait a second. Realizing he had left his bag on the balcony during the whole scaring thing, Shat popped up through the window and used the time to compose himself. Okay, hold it together. She was a special friend. He wasn't in love. No, this relationship was too important for him. Plus, it's not like she thought of him that way. Not while Buttercup was involved. No, it was just movie night. A Halloween movie night, and he could protect her from the villains. But then again, after that performance... Are you alright there, Shat? Yep, coming. He grabbed the handmade woven pumpkin basket he had commissioned from an artist, especially for Marinette, which he had also filled with her favourite chocolates. Placing the basket behind his back, he jumped back down and found Marinette creating the usual nest to watch the filming. Okay, so we have extra pillows and blankets to hide behind. Scaredy Chat. She threw him a smirk while collecting a tray filled with goodies, plus yummy treats to keep us going. What have you got there? She tilted her head to the side to glance at what he had behind his back. I'm never going to live that down now, am I? Nope, she jiggled. So, what have you got? The film? What are we watching? Nothing too scary. For your sake. I don't know if I should give you this after the cheek like that. He took a step backwards as she moved forward, reaching a hand out to him. And to think I got it especially made just for you. He had been in the moment and hadn't meant to say the last part. What? Really? No, I have to see it, please. She fluttered her eyelashes at him, distracting him whilst trying to slip a hand around his back. It had almost worked until he glimpsed her hand in the last second, tried to pull himself away, not realizing she'd grabbed hold of the basket, causing both of them to crash sideways onto the pillows and the basket to fly through the air. He had tried to angle himself during the fall so that she wouldn't get hurt, but hadn't intended for her to land on top of him. With his arms wrapped around her and her head nestled in his neck, he paused for a moment, enjoying the embrace. Oh, I'm obsessed with the way your head is laying on my chest, and how you love the things I hate about myself, that no one knows, but with you, I see hope again. Was this their moment? Oh, I'm a mess. When I overthink the little things in my head, you seem to always help me catch my breath, but then I lose it again when I look at you. That's the end. She pushed back slightly, her head hovering above his, and found himself lost in her sparkling sapphire eyes. Why do I get so nervous when I look into your eyes? Butterflies can't stop me falling for you. He knew a flush of pink was forming on his cheeks. That minute of neither moving felt like a lifetime as they dared one another to make a move, to close the tiny gap between their lips and kiss. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's not broken, is it? Marinette shuffled herself away and darted a gaze around the room. And I love the way you can never find the right things to say. And you can't sit still an hour in a day. I'm so in love. Let's run away. Because us is enough. The moment had passed. He climbed to his feet, collected the basket from where it landed. Happy Halloween! He grinned at her, still blushing. It had been filled with chocolates, but I think they flew out. He stopped himself from continuing out loud, and yet the words flowed on inside his heart. And, darling, this is more than anything I've felt before. You're everything that I want, but I didn't think I'd find someone who was worth the weight of all the years of my heartbreak. But I know now. I found the one. We can have a little treasure hunt later. She smiled awkwardly as she moved forward, a hand held out in front of her this time. I love it, Chat. It's a pumpkin basket. Thank you. She caught his gaze and held it. And why do I get so nervous when I look into your eyes? Butterflies can't stop me falling for you. He forced himself to look away and masked his thoughts with a chuckle. You're welcome, my princess. I bought the film to watch, gesturing to the DVD still angled in the basket. Recommended by Carapace. He said it was different from other usual horror films. She raised her eyebrows at him. The cabin in the woods. Ali had told me about this. Said it was good. Shall we? She gestured him towards the nest as she went to switch off some of the lights. Oh, are we going all spooky now? Hush you. It's the one night I'll watch a film like this one. Might as well make the most of it. They put on the film and added random commentary at certain points, laughing at the obvious signs of the character's impending doom. Like, seriously, you would turn around after meeting that man, wouldn't you? Marinette gestured to the screen. If that isn't a creepy cabin, I don't know what is. Why would you stay there? Chat added. But it wasn't until the basement trapdoor swung open did Marinette jump into his arms, and as the creatures rose from the earth, she clung onto him for dear life, shielding her face into his shoulders, making squeaking noises as she wriggled. I thought I was meant to be the Scaredy Chat. He ran his hand along her back as she pressed in tighter. No, I take it back. You're my protector. Oh, why aren't they running? Being smart. Placing her hand over her eyes and looking away. Come close. Let me be home, for anything good or bad. I know it's worth it. Chat, you're already my home. She peered at him through a split in her fingers. I don't know how you can watch it. Here. She placed her other hand over his eyes and giggled. As if by blocking out the world, Chat had the sudden confidence to speak his heart. For the chance of love, he would risk losing his home and no longer be a Scaredy Chat. I now know I found the one I love. Thank you for listening to Scaredy Chat. I guess I'm in love. Lyrical one shot. I hope you enjoyed it. It was just a bit of fun and a bit of mixture and everything. So comment down below what you thought of it. If you have any recommendations, they are mounting up though. I need to start working on them. And subscribe if you haven't already. There is loads to be part of. Other lyrical one-shots, other series. There's just so many. So yeah, just be part of the community and subscribe below. And I will see you soon for another video and story. Bye.